foreign minister, he says it's again a mechanical failure. But when the dead bodies come out, when the ruckus, that cage of the bus comes out, it is very evident it's a blast. So when the history is out, when the things are out in the open, now they have no other option but to admit it's a blast. What are the implications? The first implication is that Chinese are not safe in Pakistan. Second implication is Pakistan army cannot even keep the Chinese safe. Third implication is ISI either is with them or has no idea about this attack. Fourth implication is what is the Chinese intelligence doing? Fifth implication is what are the Chinese spy satellites doing? You seem to be technologically much advanced. So if your people who are possibly related to the Communist Party or members of Communist Party, these 9 Indians can be killed in broad daylight, what will happen to the future of your projects? They're all in doldrums, and this is minded. This is not Balochistan. This is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is slightly better than Balochistan. And the same China is dreaming of entering Afghanistan. This is the first lesson they should learn. The question here is, why was Qureshi lying? Why was Qureshi lying to the Chinese foreign minister? Why was Fawad Chaudhry lying? And tell me, does anything happen in Pakistan where ISI doesn't know who did it? I can tell you ISI will even know the names and addresses of the people who did it. That is why Chinese summoned Qureshi along with this ISI joker to China. Come and answer what the hell is happening. Problem here is, ma'am, they know ISI ke puche bina kuch nahi hota wahan pe. The only thing is, now it is, if you see the video, this time Qureshi gets no formal welcome. There's nobody at the airport picking up. No Chinese officer, just a girl who welcomes him and shows him the door. This shows Chinese are unhappy, Xi Jinping is unhappy because Xi is losing face. You have put all the bets on Pakistan, and if your men are killed in broad daylight, what projects are you talking about? What are you talking about the safety of Pakistan? And the $1 million thing is, I want to make one point, last point. How do we know, ma'am, this is not done by ISI? Because if Chinese products do not complete and do not complete in time, there is no need to pay Chinese. If you can create an impression that it is not safe on the ground for Chinese to be in Pakistan, because Pakistan army 8 days back it's issued advisory that Chinese should not go out, they should not travel to unknown areas, they should only go out and leave their houses as and when required under heavy security cover, and then this incident happens. So are you creating a narrative that Pakistan is not safe for Chinese? Projects cannot complete. Paisa khazam, khel khatam, paisa no need to pay. That is why this ISI joker has been summoned along with Qureshi. So Qureshi did not go to Beijing, he was called, he was summoned to explain. Now let's see what Xi has to say. Because if his people are killed in broad daylight in Pakistan, good luck to you, good luck to army and guns. At Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan are the wild west of Pakistan. Mr. Xi Jinping, get it straight in your head. Forget Afghanistan. You and your people and your PLA all put together, along with ISI, cannot protect your people in Pakistan. What will you do in Afghanistan? Afghanistan is a graveyard for foreign armies. Don't look at Afghanistan and wind your books from Pakistan. Your investment is dead. Over, khatam. Call it a day.
Okay, that's a strong messaging over there. The CPEC
Afghanistan, that will be the starting of Red Jihad, where these Islamists will be funded by the Reds. It will be a problem for the entire world. Forget India, forget Pakistan. The whole world will see a new dimension of very hybrid terrorism. So the stakeholders, Iran, Russia, and all others who have stakes there, directly or indirectly, need to come in and contain Taliban or limit the influence of China. Now, coming back to our current discussion, I was astonished at one statement which the foreign ministry spokesperson of China made. He said, how come that Chinese casualties are on the higher side, though 4 Pakistani nationals were killed? Unfortunately, I don't want to insult the dead. It's when an air crash happens, you only count the bodies. You forget the luggage and the cargo. The killed Pakistanis, the dead Pakistanis are treated as luggage and cargo. But you remember, Baloch Provincial Army and Sindhi Provincial Army had issued, warnings to China that in our area, no Chinese project will be allowed to work. And when you have landmines, when you have blasts, when you have threats and terrorism, forget trade. Either you can have these 4 or you can have trade. If China or Pakistan is hallucinating or the higher opium think they can have trade on this corridor will never ever have trade. If you have landmines, if you have killings, if you have ambushes, how can you expect of a trade? Now what China is really worried about is 2 things. First, what is the face of Xi Jinping? He loses all the face in the world. Point number 2, a new SOP is formed. Is it a SOP being formed when you as a nation cannot pay the China? Is this the way to move out of the Chinese debt trap? Because if Chinese are good at putting a debt trap, there are smart politicians in the world who know also how to come out of that debt trap. Maybe this is the way to come out of the debt trap. Unless and until this is the case, what is ISI had got to do with Qureshi? Is Qureshi not trustable? Is Qureshi's word not good enough? Then this answers the whole question, because at the end of the day, I would like to end up with one saying. ये तो अभी ट्रेलर है for these 4 फुटा Chinese who are dreaming of getting into Afghanistan. ये तो अभी ट्रेलर है, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त, आगे आगे देखो होता है क्या.
Absolutely. On that note, I will have to slip into a short break. Important points raised over here.